Meshach, Shadrach, and Abendnego. All praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Now I want to get into the book of Daniel chapter 3. Lord willing, I get through the whole chapter. And I wanted to bring this chapter out, for motivation, for inspiration, because this devil is about to show his teeth. We're getting closer and closer to the times of Esau rulership. It's about to come to an end. I'm going to start in the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." This devil, his time is up. That's why you see, you got these devils, these presidents and all that. They're trying to mandate the potion, that antidote. And sooner or later, you know, the MOTB will be mandated. And we gotta have the same mindset, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego had, because without that faith, a lot of people gonna fold. Let me get into Shalom, brother Tamayim, YAHAWASHI, Shadrach. Book of Romans, chapter 15. Written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. The scriptures, the Bible is a blueprint, you know. It lets us know everything that's gonna happen beforehand. You know, like it says in the scriptures, look at the generations of old, you know. Did the Most High forsaken his men? No, he didn't. So we're about to go through the same things, you know, the men from the ancient days went through. I'm gonna start in the book of Daniel, chapter 3. Verse 1. It says, Nebuchadnezzar, the king, made an image of gold, whose height was 60 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura, in the province of Babylon. So this devil, Nebuchadnezzar, he basically made a idol, an image of gold. That also, that's how it's going to be in the future. You know, the MOTB is going to be that image, and the devil is trying to like force the people to worship his image. And it says, then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, sent to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Then the princes, the governors, and captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then Ahura cried aloud, to you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dul- dulcimer, slag if I'm wrong, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship that golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up. And whoso falleth not down and worship shall the same hour be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. Con. So basically, you know, this devil Nebuchadnezzar made a decree, that those that don't worship that image, he's gonna basically torment them. He's gonna kill them. And that's gonna be, the same thing is gonna happen when the government, when these elites make that potion and the MOTB mandatory. You know, and it says, verse 7, therefore at that time when all the people heard the sound, yeah, verse 7, therefore at that time when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, the sackbut, the psaltery, and all kinds of music, all the people, the nations, and the languages fell down and worshipped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Wherefore, at that time, certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man shall hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, the psaltery, the psaltery, and the dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worship, that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. Let me get Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Come, you know, and this is the time we're going to be in. This devil is going to kill people that don't worship that image. Those that don't take the MOTB, that chip get something else. Slack it. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you to prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Cons. So we must not fear what's about to happen. You know, you must trust in Yahweh Shem Shah. This devil is about to come down with great wrath. And those that don't, believe in Yahweh Shem Shah, they're gonna fold. But those that believe, you gotta stay 10 toes down for this ministry. back at Daniel chapter 3, verse 12, and it says, there are certain Jews who thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, it wasn't with none of that. It was about to bow down to this devil or his image. And it says, verse 13, then Nebuchadnezzar and his rage and fury commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the gold image which I have set up? Now if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, the sackbut, the psaltery, and the dulcimer, and all things of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that power that shall deliver you out of my hands? Yeah, so this devil, he's making a decree. He's telling Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, if you don't worship his image, you know, he's going to put them into the fiery furnace. And it says, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our power, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. Yes, son. Proverbs 29. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 25, and it says, the fear of man bringeth a snare, but whoso put his trust in the Lord YAHAWASHI shall be safe. So, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, they wasn't bowing down to Nebuchadnezzar's image, They put their trust in YAHAWASHI. They said it is him that's going to deliver them, their power. And it says, but if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy powers, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So they said it. If the Lord don't deliver them, they still not gonna serve, you know, Nebuchadnezzar's image that he set up. Let me get something in Exodus. What's that? 20. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 1. And it says, and the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord YAHAWASHI, thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other powers before me. So the Lord, he made a commandment, thou shalt not worship any of the gods before him, you know. Verse 4, and it says, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow thyself to them nor serve them. For I, the Lord YAHAWASHI, thy power and my jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Come. So the Lord said it. Thou shalt not worship any graven image in the heavens or under the earth, or on the earth or beneath the water, You worship YAHAWASHI. That's our true power. Verse 19 it says, Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than it was, won't be to be heated. Gone. So this devil was vexed, because Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, they wasn't with bowing down to that image he made. So he wanted to turn the furnace up a little. And it says, and he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them to the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. No, those mighty men that was under Nebuchadnezzar basically got toasted by the furnace. And that was the Lord right there. And it says, and these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake and said unto his counselors, Did not we cast three men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, True, O king. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the fourth is like the son of power. You see, so basically Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they went into the fire, and Nebuchadnezzar, he saw that the fire didn't affect them. They was good in the midst of the fire. Then verse 25, it says it saw 4 men, and the form of the fourth is like the Son of Man, the Son of the Most High. Who's that Son of the Most High? YAHAWASHI. You see, YAHAWASHI was with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And it says, Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace, and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High power, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire. And the princes, governors, and captains, and the king's counselors, being gathered together, saw these men, upon whose body the fire had no power, nor was a hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they came out the fire good. They was still, you know, they was still intact. The fire didn't affect them. It didn't hurt them. It didn't burn them. None of that. Why? Because YAHAWASHI was with them. Let me get something real quick. It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 2, verse 26. And it says, As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. So the Lord YAHAWASHI, he was with these men. They refused to bow down to this devil image. And we got to be on that same timing because this devil about to come down having great wrath. He's about to mandate a lot of things, like the potion and as well as the MOTB, that chip. He's about to mandate it. You know, we gotta really put our full trust in Yahawah Shema, you know, and that's who's gonna make it through this, through these wicked times, these evil times, you know, because there's a lot of people that's gonna fold, because people gonna think about how they gonna eat, how they gonna take care of this or that, their children, and you gotta have faith in Yahawah Shema, full faith, like Meshach, Shadrach, and Abendnego, you know. They said, fuck it, we going through the fire. That's the time we gotta be on. Back at Daniel chapter 3, verse 28, it says that Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted him, and have changed the king's words and yielded their bodies that they might not serve nor worship any god except their own God. Therefore I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which spake anything amiss against the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other power that could deliver after this sort. Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. Khan, you see, Nebuchadnezzar, he was a witness. He saw that, there is a power in Israel. That power is Yahawah Shah. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they stayed 10 toes down for our Father, for our Lord. This is the same time we got to be on. And these evil days, because a lot of spooky things is about to go down. You know, this devil going to do all he can to try to make you take that potion or that chip. But you gotta be a firm believer. You gotta put your full trust in Yahawah Shah. Let me bring something up. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 10, Salakia chapter 2, and verse 10. It says, Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Gone. Yahweh Shema Shah didn't forsake none of the men that had their full trust in him. Look at the days of Noah, the days of Lot, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Look at all of the men from ancient days, that put their trust in Yahweh Shema Shah. Like Moses, he didn't confound them, he didn't forsaken them, despise them, he was with them. So we gotta look at the generations of old, You see, when times get spooky, you gotta have that mindset Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego had, You gotta think like, all right, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was willing to, you know, die for not bowing down to this image. So, we gotta be on the same timing. If the Lord was there for them, He's gonna be there for us. And that's the time we gotta be on. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, and verse 6. It says, Be strong and of good courage, fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah thy power, he it is that doeth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. Yeah, so those that fear Yahweh Shema Shah is going to be good in these times. You know, he said, Fear not and be not afraid of them. Be not afraid of who? the enemy, Esau, Edom. You know, how about Shemashai? He created this wicked man. And this wicked devil was set up for its own destruction. You know, the thing, the the times we coming in, it's just going to be judgment for those that don't believe in Yahweh Shemashah. You know, but those that believe, Yahweh Shemashah will be with them. The scripture says the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run in it and are safe. So you gotta trust in Yahweh Shemashah. Just the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 26. It says, in the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, is strong confidence, and his children have a place of refuge. Yeah, so Shadrach and Abendnego, they had a strong confidence in Yahweh Shemashah. Like I said, we gotta be on the same timing as them, you know? We gotta put our full trust. We gotta have confidence. Yahweh Shemashah is not dealing with punks, you know? You gotta be ready, you know? Let's look up the book of the word refuge. In the Hebrew, it says makaseh. Yeah, makaseh, and it says refuge, shelter from rain or storm, from danger. Come. So Yahweh Shemashah, he's a shelter. He's a shield from danger. You know, and it says the fear of the Lord, verse 27. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, is a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death. Come. Those that don't fear Yahweh Shemashah, you know, they're gonna get judged. They're gonna fall into that trap and be put to death. Let's bring up something else. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 4, verse 28. It says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Come, you know, Yahweh Shemashah, he's going to fight for us in these times. Those that believe in him, that fully trust in him with all their minds and heart and soul, they're going to be delivered out of the hands of Esau Edom, Those that put their full trust in Yahweh Shemashah is going to be delivered and be safe in these times to come. The scripture says the third part, which represents the elect, is going to be tried like gold in the fire, but they're going to be good. Those that believe, that stand tall for Yahweh Shemashah is going to make it during these times. And those that don't believe, they're going to fall into that snare and that trap. So we must be on the same timing as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abendnego. You know, if they went through it and put their trust in the Lord, he delivered them, the Lord will deliver us also if we put our full trust in him. But with that being said, Shalom.